Okay, let's start. Okay, let's officially start our business for this afternoon. So I hope everybody's well and I hope yung mga wala pa, you could join later. So, and yung di talaga makapasok, they could watch this series on our channel. Okay? So,
Okay, so, wait lang. Ngayon ka lang ito, sabi yan. May important question, ano ba dapat ang nilalaman ng isang emergency kit?
okay, so for this afternoon, we will be talking about our introduction about OOP or Java. And later on, we will be sharing what would be the project expectation at the end of the semester. So magbibigay tayo ng mga examples, okay? Pero I am certain that you are familiar already with NetBeans, using NetBeans and using Java kasi ginamit nyo na ata to kay Sir Cacho. Okay? But i-review natin ng konti before we will proceed to our Android itself. So kasi doon kailangan ng matinding Java na experience doon. So this highlight na gagawin natin for today would be very essential to the requirements na kailangan natin for Android natin at saka sa OOP na concepts ng Java natin. Okay, so this is our introduction to object-oriented programming or the Java itself. So ang OOP natin ang object-oriented programming natin, it cannot only be done in Java alone. It can also be used in C++, and then you also have Python, and you also have C#. So maraming application na programming na pwede gamitin for OOP. Okay? Pero ako sanay at mas gusto ko na Java yung gagamitin natin na episodes for our object-oriented na subjects. So for the objective of our presentation today is we will be talking about the importance of Java, the features of Java compared to C++. Then let's try to identify the difference between the compiler and the interpreter. And of course, identify natin yung difference between applet and application. And we will be having an introduction of API or application program interface, as well as applets and beans. So for the Java basics, so let's first review the two categories of programming languages. There are two, okay? The first one is high-level programming languages, and then the second one is the low-level programming languages. So, anong difference itong dalawa? So, right now, lahat ng mga programming languages is nasa high-level programming languages tayo. So, this include yung Java, Python, HTML5, you have ActionScript, and then you have C#, and then you have yung latest C++ natin. So, mga high-level programming languages na yon. But way back nung panahon pa ng kalumaan namin, so low-level programming languages yung sikat, wherein ang mga example nito is yung Turbo C, which is yung assembly language. So what is the difference? So ang high-level programming languages natin is purely OOP, so object-oriented programming. It's all about classes and it's all about objects already. So puro objects na. Okay? And pag-uusapan din natin anong classes at anong object para mas lalo natin maintindihan at mas lalo natin ma-relate kung anong pinagkaiba nitong dalawa along the way. So, the PDLC, in the entire section of our discussions, we have to master the program development lifecycle. Kasi ang purpose naman of taking this subject is for us to solve a problem. And then solving a problem as a part of a solution to a system, okay, or a program, we have to apply the methodology of a program development lifecycle. Wherein the first step would be you have to identify the problem, okay, or the problem definition. Tulad ng gagawin nating project, okay, project natin sa SEM na to is we have to understand ano ang problema. Ano talagang problema na pwede natin mabigyan ng solution in terms of mobile application na gagawin natin sa Java. Essential ba to? Okay ba to? Okay? Have you really defined what is the problem and then what is the solution? Kasi mayroon kasi maraming project dyan na project lang. Okay? Ayoko nung ganong project. Gusto ko ma-apply natin yung essential na nakikita natin na ang solution is yung mobile application. So, dapat clear tayo doon. Dapat crystal clear. Ayoko nung project na may magawa lang at may masubmit na lang. I am not that kind of approving that kind of project. So, the second step would be problem analysis. We have to think of this project. Would we be able to produce it in a given amount of time? So dapat realistic ang approach natin. So when you analyze a problem, so dapat i-break down natin yung sub-problems natin dito kung talagang solvable. Okay? Solvable ba siya? So wag yung masyadong too broad na puro imagination na lang at parang fantasy na siya or sci-fi na siya kung tawagin. So there should be an actual analysis or solution to the problem in hand. Okay? So by doing this, we have to break the problem into small pieces or two smaller problem. The third step that we have to do is we have to design the algorithm or the representation of or a representation by using flowchart. Okay? So, ang algorithm design natin dito, tinuro to sa data structure nyo, anong algorithm yung gagamitin nyo, mga big O notation, mga first in, first out, mga linked list, mga array. So, anong gagamitin nating algo for us to be able to solve the problem in hand na identify na natin. So, by doing this, we could represent it by using flowchart. So in our documentation, it would also require you to present your flowchart. Flowchart na essential doon sa problem na isosolve mo using our Java or OOP concept. Of course, the fourth step would be coding and debugging. So dito na tayo magko-code, dito na tayo mag-debug, at dito na tayo mag-maintain ng ating mga project. So, may tatawagin na ako. Of course, may legal recitation kung nakikinig talaga. Can I have from IT23, John Henry Lambino? John Henry, can you turn on your audio?
Sir.
Okay. So,
Narinig po.
okay, dear, dito sa apat na steps natin, what do you think would be the difficult step sa program development life cycle natin?
Siguro po sir yung parang pag coding and debugging po siguro. Kasi
Coding. Why? Why is it so?
siguro dahil po dun sa parang dun niyo po i-fix yung mga problema po ng program niyo. Kung saan po kailangan po na ma-fix niyo po siya parang may tama po yung mga dapat na pong itama dun sa pinaka-program niyo po.
Okay, so coding and debugging. So dyan ka lang. Okay, babalikan kita dyan later. Can I have John Louis Escalada from IT21? Can you give me an input about what do you think would be the difficult part of this cycle?
Ayun din po sir, coding and debugging. Kasi dyan sir, maglalaan ka po talaga ng oras kapag code, iisip ka po ng kung dapat gawin na na object para mapag-connecta mo po yung mga gagawin mong mga program. Ganun.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your insight. So, I'm not actually telling you na, yeah, you are wrong, or I'm not also telling you halfway na you are correct, okay? Magkaiba tayo. So, yung analogy ko sa coding at saka debugging, at basic experience ko sa mga program analysis at saka design, sa paggagawa ng mga projects at saka system, kasi it's been like 10 years kong ginagawa tong mga paggawa ng system. Yung coding at saka debugging is isa siya pinakamadaling gawin. Okay? You know why? Kasi ang coding at saka debugging is dapat na-solve na natin siya dun sa pag-identify natin ng problem, sa problem definition pa lang. Kasi sa problem definition, which is, I think, is the most difficult part at saka the most important aspect of this cycle of our project. Kasi sa problem definition, dapat isasama natin, itanong sa sarili natin, ano ang coding na gagamitin natin dito. Hindi lang coding, do we have enough resources na mga coding na pwedeng mahanap para maibigay a solution dun sa project natin. Why? Why is it so? Kasi ang coding, yung mga codes natin, there are tons, dami, sobrang daming free na mga codes na pwede nating hanapin through internet, through YouTube, through forum, through GitHub. Okay? Ang daming libre dyan. Almost tayo as bilang programmer, ang pinaka-goal natin dito, hindi mo kailangan magaling na programmer. Kailangan mo lang dito na intindihan mo yung program, naiintindihan mo yung foundation ng program, nakakabasa ka ng program. Okay? Naiintindihan mo yung basic na variable, naiintindihan mo yung design ng isang program. Kasi ano na lang copy-pasting na lang yung paggagawa natin ng program ngayon For example, GPS. Okay? Gusto mo yung program mo merong GPS, pag mag-i-embed tayo ng GPS, gusto mo matrace yung latitude at saka longitude, okay, ng isang mobile application. At this point of time, hindi mo naman kailangan mag-design ng program mo na would allow you to pinpoint the location of your user. Hindi mo kailangan yun kasi available na po ang program or yung coding noon, ang coding ng GPS na pwede mong magamit at pwede mong may apply dun sa iyong problem. Okay? So initially for me, hindi coding at saka debugging yung pinaka-problema. It's actually number one. Number one talaga kasi ang daming sa mga fourth year na nagtithesis na naabutan ko at lagi kong mini-mentor, dito tumatagal, umaabot ng 2 months or minsan 3 months. Kasi nahihirapan, lalo na yung mga previous batch, nahihirapan mag-identify, problema ba talaga to ngayon? Magpo-propose sila ng project, ang tanong is, ang ganito lang kaagad, may idea lang kaagad sila, oy, ganito gagawin natin, ganito yung gagawin natin. The question is, do you have enough community that would support you as a programmer itself or as a developer itself dun sa project na gagawin ninyo? Okay? So, i-research nyo rin yun sa problem identification natin or sa problem definition natin kung ano yung mga materials na gagamitin natin as part of our resources. Okay? So, pag ako gumawa lang sa master's degree ko na project, tiningnan ko, kaya ko ba to? Do we have enough resources for us, for me to be able to accomplish this at the end of the day? Pag gumamit ako ng Kotlin, pag gumamit ako ng Python, pag gumamit ako ng ganito, meron kaya enough community to support me fundamentally or to support me lang yung basic lang na maiintindihan ko yung concept and then I could stand on my own later on the cycle of my development? Then that's the question. Okay, that would always be the question. So pag nagde-develop tayo ng any IT na development or game development man or mobile development man, question, do you have enough resources to sustain and then help yourself along the way? Okay? Kasi again, coding at saka debugging is just part of the entire cycle of this development. Ang coding is nandiyan, nakikita mo, ang dami, sobrang dami. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, ang dami. Okay? Sobrang dami. Now, why Java is important? So, there are 2 reasons why Java is important. So, troubles with C and C++. So, the improvement ang Java is initially inspired by C and C++, but dahil sa kakulangan. Diba ngayon, ang daming cellphone na nagsipaglabasan, ang mumura. Lumabas ngayon yung Poco X30 ata yun. And then nawin ang lahat kasi ang laki ng specs. Diba? Sobrang laki ng specs. Bakit nagsipaglabasan itong mga bagong phone ngayon? At bakit nagsipagbilihan yung mga tao? Kasi may improvement lagi. That's the same thing with our Java. Ang Java natin, continuous improvement at dinevelop siya dun sa kakulangan ng mga ibang programming languages tulad ng C at saka C++. Which is, ang C at saka C++ long time ago is not portable. Hindi portable. Kasi pag sa cellphone pa lang natin, this cellphone pa lang is portable and this is made of Java. Okay? That's one thing na sinasolve ng Java natin. Portability and of course security. Okay? That's 2 major essential or necessity ng pag-invento ng isang Java programming. Okay, a little bit of history of our Java. James Gosling is the father of the Java itself or the Sun Microsystem. Okay, ang co-founder niya is Vinod Khosla, and then yung Oak naman is the original name of Java. Okay, yun yung original name ng Java. So, it was founded on 1995. So, pinangalanan yung Java before as Oak. Okay. So, a little bit lang. Java evolution naman, so ito yung mga evolution or mga Java GDE evolution natin, Java Developmental Kit. So from 1996, January 23. So di ko alam kung pinanganak na kayong nito or kaedad nyo ba si Java or kung ka-year nyo ba si Java. Okay? So 1996, long time ago na rin, pero mas matanda ako kay Java. Mas matanda ako ng konti lang naman. Okay? So yung evolution ng Java natin as time goes by, so ang laki ng pinagbago. Ang pinaka basic na ginagamit ngayon na developmental kit is the version 8, which is yung gamit ko din sa NetBeans ko. Okay? But by next year, they are expected to release a brand new Java developmental kit, which is Java developmental kit, I think 12 or 13 already, diba? Pero yung pinaka-solid is 8, okay? So, which is yung 2014. Dito na talaga yung nag-revolutionize yung Java natin. So, why do I choose Java? Okay? May option kasi ako. Do I have to choose Python or do I have to choose Java itself? Kasi maganda rin naman yung Python, pero bakit Java yung pinili ko? Ang Java kasi is an enterprise platform. Okay? Ano bang enterprise platform? Ginagamit to sa mga business operation. Okay? Ginagamit tong program na to maintain at saka to upgrade mga businesses software or system. Okay, pang enterprise talaga. And right now, ang daming mga platform pa rin na made of Java. Okay? Java pa rin, as in Java pa rin hindi mawawala. Okay? Hindi naman pangit ang Python kasi more on artificial intelligence, more on business analytics. Okay, yung difference ng dalawa. So AI, so Python kapag yun yung gusto mong i-develop mga AI. Pero pag ang gusto natin i-develop is more of support in our business operation at saka support in portability, which is mobility, which we have to choose Java. So the development of Java is not purely in enterprise, but also you have mobile, you have web development, you have HTML5. So incorporated yan sa Java development natin. So this is also one good thing about learning Java talaga. Kasi if you learn Java, okay, mas madali sa yung mas madali kang adjust sa ibang mga programming languages. Pag nagpunta ka ng ActionScript, pag nagpunta ka ng JavaScript, pag nagpunta ka ng HTML5, so it's easier for you to adapt. Okay, nakaka-adapt ka kaagad. Di mo na kailangan balikan ulit yung conditional statements, yung basic na variable declaration. No need. Kasi familiar ka na sa Java, so alam mo na rin to automatic. Okay? Kaya mo na magbasa kaagad ng code. So, using Java. So, yan yung one good thing about Java natin. Job opportunity. So when we talk about job opportunity, ano ang mga trabaho na available sa Java natin? So tingnan natin tong sa screen natin. So pakita natin kung bakit Java pa rin talaga yung pinili ko. So search muna natin dito kung nakikita nyo. Sana nakikita nyo. Nasa screen ko. Okay. So this is jobstreet.com. So dito tayo naghahanap ng trabaho normally. So if I choose Python programmer or lahat ng related to Python na trabaho, there are 1,561 na trabaho right now as of today na opening pag naghahanap ka ng Python na related to trabaho, na related to work. So, pag naghahanap naman tayo ng Java, okay? If we're going to look for a Java program or Java-related na trabaho, there are 2,135 na job opportunity. Okay? So, guys, that's actually my point of why I stick to Java. Okay? Kasi there are a lot of opportunity in Java compared to Python itself. Okay? Mas marami pa rin sa Java kasi nga ang tagal na niya. Hindi naman yung tipong parang nung lumabas si Python, lipat tayo, punta tayong Python agad. So, galing ka Java. Hindi. So, kasi sinusupport pa rin yung business ng mga gawang Java programming. So, ayun. So, yun yung mga job opportunity natin. So, sa Java alone, of course, we are supporting almost 930 million runtime environment. Okay? Ang dami niyan, di ba? 930 million runtime environment. Saka you have 930 million downloads each year sa mga API at saka sa mga mobile related to Java. Sobrang laki. Then we are supporting 3 billion mobile phones, okay, in the entire country. Isusupport tayo ng ganun karaming mobile operating system. So, ang laki. Okay? And all of that is made of Java. Okay? So, learning Java as a core programming language natin dito is essential. Okay? It's important to you, to your career, lalo na mga hard-coded programmer dyan, which is di ko alam kung sino. Later, malalaman natin yan sa activity natin. Okay? There are 3 Java editions that includes in the package: the Java Platform Standard Edition, the Enterprise, and then the Micro Edition. So the difference is when we talk about Micro Edition, we're talking about mobility, mga mobile, mga portability. Okay? So when we talk about Enterprise Edition, ito yung mga ginagamit natin for business operation. Ito yung mga ginagamit natin in supporting business architecture. And then yung mga Standard Edition naman, ito yung mga desktop, mga land-based system like mga Mercury Drag POS system, mga ganun. So, yung sa SM na mga POS system, normally nasa standard edition yun ng Java. Okay? Okay. So, G2SE or the Java 2 Standard Edition, the G2ME or the Micro Edition. So, and then the G2EE for Enterprise Edition. So, yan yung tatlo. Ang Enterprise Edition, it covers servers and server pages, meaning if you wanted to create a program, okay, that would address or that would cater databases, okay, na merong input-output functions or mga ganong platform. So, and under the category of enterprise. Okay, so what is Java really? Okay, yung pinaka-core purpose niya is OOP, object-oriented programming, and it is write once, run anywhere. It is designed for easy web and internet applications. Okay, widespread acceptance. So meaning, widespread acceptance, yung community niya super big, ang dami. Sobrang parang ang dami nating Java developers dyan sa internet. So if you need some help and if you need assistance from someone na hindi nyo kilala, you could easily find one. Okay? So widespread acceptance. So how is Java different from C? So ang C language is structured. So parang low-level programming languages, which is yung Java naman is high-level programming languages. So yung Java does not pre-processor, wala yung mga #define, #include. So hindi yan nakasave, wala siyang mga ganyang library na tinatawag pa sa package natin. Wala nang ganun. Does not include structures, unions, at enum, data types. Wala na rin mga keywords na go-to, size of, at saka type step, and many more. Okay? Java doesn't support pointers, avoid unauthorized access for memory locations. So, secured. Okay, diba? Secured. So, Java does not include structures, unions, and enumber data type. And, ang daming difference niya. Okay? Ang daming difference niya. So, Python versus Java. So, ito yung nakita ko na anong difference itong dalawa. Pagdating sa coding naman, si Java is madali naman. Na-experience na rin naman to kasi hindi naman kayo first time mag-NetBeans. So, but Python is easier than Java. So, yeah, napapaikli natin yung coding natin compare kayo Java sa Python. But again, Python is more for machine learning and for data science, mga artificial intelligence. But Java is for mobility and cross-platform application. So, mapa-web ka, mapa-mobile ka, pwede kang mag-Java. So, what else? So, characteristic of Java, simple lang siya, object-oriented, distributed, kasi pwede mong i-distribute kahit sa ang platform. Okay? Kahit naka-Windows ka, naka-Apple OS ka, okay? Kahit naka purely Android ka or Microsoft ka or kahit anong platform mo man, naka-Linux ka. So, pwede siyang magamit. So, Java is interpreted. It's interpreted kasi yung coding niya is dumadaan kay compiler, so ini-interpret, so mas mabilis kumbaga. Mas matagal pag ini-interpret pero mas secured at mas mabilis in a way na compare sa HTML, kasi ang HTML ano yun parang hindi siya interpreted language yung mismong buong program na sa web page mo lahat, so yun yung difference niya. Robust, of course, neutral, portable, yun yung best thing. Performance-wise, and then dynamic siya, of course, secured. Okay, lahat ng mga program related to especially banking is we are using Java. So, what else? API. So, the application program interface. So, what is API? So, API includes hundreds of classes at saka methods grouped into several packages according to their functionality. So, in the days to come, especially if we will be working with your mobile application na. So, ang question is, sir, may mga sasuggest ako na ito yung gamitin mo kasi meron na mga available na API dito. Anong ibig sabihin ng API? So, ang API is something na nagawa na ng iba, okay? Na nagawa na ng ibang programmer in Java or in Android, and then i-reuse na lang natin. Kumbaga, gagamitin na lang natin yon, and then i-incorporate natin yun dun sa project natin. So, one good example nga niyan is yung ating GPS. Okay? GPS API. So, pag sinabi naman natin GPS, ang daming API sa GPS na available dyan. Meron mga GPS dyan API that could pinpoint specific location like hospital to, fire department to, school to, restaurant ito, ay simbahan ito, okay, or this is public park, okay, so this is bus station. So may mga GPS tayo na API already na available na pwede natin gamitin, at isasama nyo lang yung one line of code lang yun. Pag nahanap yung API na yun, i-call nyo lang yun dun sa Java nyo sa mismong mobile natin. Then, tanan, parang magic, meron ka ng GPS at pwede mo nang tawagin yung mga methods at saka functions related to that API. Okay? So, that's the beauty of object-oriented programming. Sharing is caring. Nag-share tayo lahat. So, kumbaga, pag nagawa mo na, hindi mo na kailangan gumawa, okay? Kasi may nakagawa na nun, i-improve mo na lang. So, kaya ang bilis ng development natin ng Android operating system. Okay? Kasi, nagde-develop si Samsung, nagde-develop si Huawei, nagde-develop si, like si Maiko, nagde-develop si sino pa, si Char Mobile or whoever na nagde-develop ng mga Android application. Then, this development is, nai-improve na lang kasi nagko-contribute tayo may contribution factor Oy, may nagawa kaming ganito. Ang 64 megapixel camera, 10 times zoom. So yung thoughts nun, yung API nun is they have their obligation to share it to the global market kasi part sila as partner sila ng Google, partner sila ng Android development. So sharing ang nangyayari sa community natin, which is very good for us, okay? Kasi nakakasawa naman tipong in the other end of the world, may ginagawa na ganitong project, in the other end of the world naman, same yung ginagawa na project. Okay, what if is mag-collaborate tayo? Okay, what if is magsama tayo? Di mo na kailangan gumawa ng ganitong same project at di mo na rin kailangan gumawa ng same project. So, ganun yung idea natin dito. Okay? Para mapabilis. Kasi, ang goal naman natin to improve. Okay? To improve the experience of our mobile user. So, sharing. So, again, marami tayong API that is available in the internet. And then, the question is, gaano ka kagaling maghanap at mag-research ng mga API available. And yun lang, okay? Dapat tiyaga ka lang maghanap ng mga magbasa sa mga forums, tiyaga lang tayo magbasa somewhere, okay, mag-research to finally find, okay, or finally experience that kind of API. Of course, the architecture ng Java natin is not very complex. It is simple. It can run in Windows and it can run in Linux, and of course, it can run in Mac operating system. So, same when you have your .java code, okay, we compiled it in our Java architecture. So we compiled it using the compiler, and then ang output nito would be the dot classes. Okay, yung output nito every time you compile something na .java is a dot classes. And then itong dot classes na is compatible in 3 major operating system in the market, which is the Windows, the Linux, and then the Mac. So Java daw kanina by definition it's WORA. So what is WORA? It's write once, run anywhere. So what does it mean? So from that Java, yung from the codes itself, we compiled it using the very own Java compiler, kasi may sariling compiler si Java na available sa mga JDK natin na ida-download mo as requirements para nag-install ka ng NetBeans mo. Okay? So, then, ang output nito is yung program natin na na may .class extension. Of course, i-interpret ni Java Virtual Machine nito at mag-output siya ng binary or bytecode na binabasa ng ating program. So, this is how the environment work in Java. There are tons of software that we could use in order for us to experience Java itself. So, you have Edit Plus software, and then I am using NetBeans software, and then there are also some people who are using Eclipse. Okay, if you're familiar with Eclipse, so pwede din yun. So, this is the interface. I'm certain that we're familiar already with the NetBeans. Okay, so you have system out print line, a statement that would print a hello world. Okay, so ang output nito is hello world. Okay, yan yung introduction natin sa Java. Now, let's proceed naman sa anong mga example natin sa final project natin. Okay? Wala bang magto-turn on ng mga camera nila dyan para makita man lang ako? May makita man lang ako. Andyan pa kayo?
Opo, sir.
Yes, po, sir.
Opo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ayun, pogi. Mag-turn on kayo. Yung kaya mag-turn on. Let's talk about your project muna before we will proceed to the next topic.
May kasi dito, sir.
Ha?
May dito.
Pwede naman kayo mag-mute lang pero naka-on yung video.
Ito rin, sir, maingay po.
I-off nyo lang yung audio nyo. Just turn on your video and then turn off your audio. Ganon. Okay, Santos Carl, Iran, then Krister, Buyon, hello, and then John Louis Escalada from IT23. Yun lang mga naka-on. Ayun, si Bernal. Oh, si Bernal. Ang pogi naman ni Bernal. Mike Vincent Bernal.
Thanks, Vince.
Ako from IT23. Okay, si Bailes. Okay, let's proceed. Okay. I am excited for this batch kung ano yung kayang ibigay sa ating mobile application. So, it's been quite a year already na pag sa ganitong season or ganitong semester is yung project, ang highlight ng project ng CET is the mobile application ng mga second year. Okay? And balikan ko lang kung anong mga project na mga sinubmit before na mga predecessor ninyo or mga kuya-ate ninyo ng mga nakaraang OOP nila na subject. So, the number 1, kung nakikita niyo sa screen nyo, is yung Rotaract mobile application. So, ito yung pinakaunang project na ginawa namin nung time ng 2 years ago, I think. Okay, Rotaract mobile application. So, anong nagagawa ng Rotaract mobile application? So, lahat ng mga announcement ng Rotaract Club, okay, lahat ng mga events, so nakikita dito sa mobile application na to. And then, attendance system is pag nag-attend ka ng meeting at saka nag-attend ka ng seminar na ino-organize ng Rotaract is pwede mong magamit itong mobile application na to na automatic kukunin yung attendance ninyo. At the same time, pag merong seminar, parang pwede mong magamit yung Rotaract mobile application para magpa-reserve dito sa application na to na attend ka sa seminar. Okay? So, yun yung basic na nagagawa. And then, all throughout, nag-i-improve. So, merong Autobots mobile application na ginawa a year ago. Okay, ang nagagawa nitong Autobots mobile application. So, assuming ang idea is na may auto kayo, then somewhere in NLEX or SLEX or somewhere in the province, bigla kayong nasiraan. Okay? Bago ka pa lang sa mga auto, you're not really a technician. You're not really a kind of parang alam mo kung ano ang sira. Okay? Nagda-drive ka lang. Okay, the application would actually help you give you first aid. Okay, first aid dun sa problem na na-experience mo dun sa auto mo. So, kumbaga, may pipiliin ka dun, hindi nagsa-start. Okay? And then, pag hindi nagsa-start, may option na lalabas. So, ito yung mga remedy, ito yung i-check mo. Okay? Kung bakit hindi nagsa-start yung auto mo. Okay? Kumbaga, parang first aid siya. Okay? First aid siya na kumbaga kung nalunod ka, ano ang dapat gagawin mo as first aid na para mabuhay mo yung tao. Ito naman, ang concept niya is mga auto. Okay? Ang ganda nito. Kasi pag nagbibigay siya ng solution dun sa problem na pipiliin mo sa mobile application. Okay? However, there are instances na pag hindi mo naman talaga kayang i-resolve yung problema, hindi mo kaya i-resolve, hindi ka natulungan ng mobile application, automatic na mobile application will look for the nearest, okay, na person na pwedeng tumulong sa'yo, parang shop, okay, auto shop. So, hahanapin niya sa GPS, may 1 kilometer dito, may auto shop dito, okay, pwede mong kontakin at pwede kang magpasundo. Okay? Kasi nga, sira nga yung auto mo. So, ganun yung idea ng Autobots na to. Okay? To cater the needs of the drivers in terms of difficulties nung pag-journey nila or pagta-travel nila, pagda-drive nila. Kung along the way is merong problema. Okay? So, there are two major users dito. The first one is the driver navigating the car. Then the second one is yung owner ng auto shop. Kasi magre-register yung owner ng auto shop, okay? And then i-recognize siya ng mobile application yung location niya. And if there is parang someone needs a help, parang Grab, di ba? Pag nag-book ka ng Grab, anong pinakamalapit dito na taxi or Grab na pwedeng mag-accept accept ng order mo. So yun yung kaka-transaction mo. Okay. Pinagsama lang yung idea ng booking in a Grab at saka yung parang first aid na mobile application. So, kaya nakabuo kami ng Autobots mobile application. At alam nyo ba, naisama namin to sa Android competition at nasama to sa top nung time na sinali namin to. Okay? Isa yung sa example na pwede nating mubuo na or ma-propose na project. The next one is Explorista mobile application. The Explorista is we focus purely in Metro Manila. Okay? Mga traveler na hindi taga Metro Manila who intended to explore, okay? Who intended to explore Metro Manila alone kasi Metro Manila is full of history. Okay? So, kumbaga, magsasuggest yung mobile application ng itinerary. Na or punta ka dito, ito yung pag nasa Manila Cathedral ka, magsasuggest yung mobile application, punta ka dito kasi pinupuntahan din to na ibang tao. Okay? May GPS interactivity din siya. Okay? More of parang for tourism siya, purposes ng mobile application that would suggest, okay, kung saan ka kakain, okay? Saan ka kakain pag nag-i-explore ka, okay? Anong mga location na pwede mong puntahan sa current location mo, okay? And kung basic information sa mga landmark kung open ba to or hindi ba to open, contact number at saka guide kung sakali. Okay? Yun yung Explorista and about. So, parang history guide din siya. The next one is Saklolo. Saklolo, if you're familiar, this is the original concept that we created of Paulo Manlapig. Kilala niyo si Kuya Paulo, and kasama si Jimir Barsosa. Ito yung batch nila, Saklolo, which is a mobile application for emergency and safety notification. Ang idea nito is if you have an emergency, or if you witness an emergency. So, kumbaga, a friend mo, nag-travel kayo somewhere, okay, or kaya nasa Sampalo kayo, yung friend mo is na-aksidente, okay, you could use the mobile application to look for a help, kumbaga, to contact yung pinaka-nearest na kung anong kailangan mo, hospital ba, kailangan mo ba ng bombero, okay, kailangan mo ba ng police, okay, saklolo, okay. Ito yung mobile application na in-entry namin sa Philippine Android Competition na nanalo kami, okay? Na ang dami naming tinalo. So tinalo namin taga FEU, tinalo namin taga Cebu, taga University of Baguio. So ito yung in-entry namin na mobile application na downloadable to sa Google Play, okay? So may GPS siya. So ang pinaka-intention, if you need a particular help, okay, specific help like sunog, okay, medical emergency, okay, or police emergency, the mobile application would be the best thing to use, okay? And online and offline siya. So online, nakakapag-trace siya ng police, nakakapag-trace siya ng someone, okay, na in authority. And then offline naman for like ano ang mga tips para ma-avoid tong kind of emergency. So nandun din siya sa mobile application. So this is one of the achievement of our college, okay, itong mobile application na to na kinumpit natin outside our college na of course nanalo. The Manila City Pocket Library. So this mobile application is all about books. Kung books lover ka, okay, this is for you, okay? Kung mahilig ka sa mga reading, novels and reading of something, so this is for you. Kasi there are APIs that are available ngayon na ang binibigay niya is free ebooks na ini-incorporate lang natin sa mobile applications, okay? The same thing with yung mga mobile application ng may mga movies, may mga mobile application na for movies na pag ginamit mo yun, may mga libre kang movies na mapapanood. So API lang din yun, okay? May mga API lang din na ginagamit ko na ini-incorporate lang, i-design mo lang yung mga layouts at saka mga mga layouts ng mobile mo kung saan mo i-view at magdadagdag ka lang ng konting functionality dun sa mobile mo. And yun. So tapos na. So may isang mobile ka na. And then I Am Ready mobile application. I Am Ready mobile application is more of first aid. Okay? So, pang first aid siya. So, dapat ready ka lagi. Magre-remind siya sa'yo pag mayroon kang pupuntang destination or special occasion or location or events. Okay? I Am Ready is parang inspired sa GMA 7 na dapat ready tayo lagi in all circumstances. Okay? Phone Find You, pag nawala yung cellphone mo, okay, or nawala yung specific na item na owned mo, like your bike, okay, so ang Phone Find You could find it, okay, using your GPS connectivity na merong alarm system kaming nilagay doon, okay, Phone Find You. So Cheer Up naman is a mobile application that we created then last semester lang, na ang nagagawa nito is if you wanted to look for someone like maglaba, maglinis ng bahay, di ba? Mamamalengke for you, okay? Mamamalengke for you kasi hindi ka makapalengke. Imagine mo yung concept na a person with disability ka, naka-wheelchair ka, and then ikaw lang mag-isa sa bahay niyo, or ikaw lang mag-isa sa life, okay? Wala kang kasama sa bahay, wala kang partner or anywhere. So merong person na pwedeng mamamalengke sa'yo. So you could use this application. You could use the application to look for someone na kailangan mo in anything na needs mo. Okay? Parang kahit maglaba, kahit gusto mo lang mag-book dito ng magtimpla ng kape mo or whatever, okay? So pwede mong gamitin. Cheer Up. Pocket Medicine naman is design mobile application for for a hospital, and then especially for elder ones, mga lola, lolo. And then itong pocket medicine na to is gagamitin ng mga nag-a-assist na, for example, you have to take this medicine at this time of an hour. So it is actually a reminding mobile application kung what specific medicine you're going to take this particular time at saka date. It's like parang a guide, okay? A guide to nurses, a guide to healthcare professions na ito yung mga yun. Especially if you have multiple patients ongoing. So parang reminder notification na siya. So this is just one of the few na mga mobile application that na compile natin, okay, at nagawa natin. At rest assured, magbibigay ako ng isang buong mobile application na nandito sa list na to para makita nyo at ma-explore ninyo at para may ma-investigate kayo as part of your resources. Okay? So rest assured. So may question ba dyan before tayo mag-proceed sa next?
Sir,
Mm.
final thesis ba nila yan, sir? O yung sa OOP nila?
Hindi yung thesis, sa OOP lang po yun.
OOP pa lang yun, sir.
Yes.
Second year na sila, sir. Second
Ha?
year yun, sir.
Second
Second
year.
year.
Sila,
Okay
batch
po.
nila Mamangon.
Oh.
Sila Andre. Oo, tanungin nyo sila kung ano yung project nila dati sa OP, yung mobile application. Yung kila Mamangon, sobrang ganda yun. Wala pa nga yung doon sa list na binigay ko eh. May ano doon, may Tuklas Pinas, may Turista, may marami. Phone Find You yung last batch yun sa batch nila Mamangon sa section nila. IT 22 yung last year. Okay? So, ang dami sobra. So, pwede kayong magtanong sa kanila kung may masuggest sila. Hindi po yung thesis, baka kabahan kayo. Hindi po to thesis, ha? Hindi pa po tayo thesis. Part pa lang
kabado
to.
na. Kabado na kami, sir eh.
Part pa lang to ng ano natin ng preparation natin for the thesis. This is not thesis. Okay, next tayo. Mamaya mag-question and answer din tayo. Next part is this is the last slides na for today. Okay, so ito yung kaninang diniscuss natin. Okay, the phases of Java. So we're in nag-edit tayo, you have your Java codes, then you have your compiler, and then you have the class, and etc. But for this slides, okay, what would be the focus is the we would be able to use NetBeans, okay, for this example. Kasi may activity na tayo after this, okay? Let's go back the review the Java comments, how to use Java comments, the statements and then the blocks, the Java identifiers, the keywords, the literals, the primitive data types, the kinds of variables, and then the operation or operators that are available in Java programming. Okay? So, to get started, NetBeans po yung gagamitin natin as part of our IDE sa Java na to. Okay? First part lang kasi Android Studio tayo. Okay? So, this is the interface of our NetBeans. Nag-create tayo ng project, then you have your Java codes, and then choosing Java application kasi pwede ka pumili ng web, enterprise, or mobility, and you have your C++ and then saving your applications, of course, the very basic. So there's no need to spend more time here. So this is your codes, your basic codes pag naggawa tayo ng NetBeans natin. Your compiler when you building your program, and your output program, okay? And then the play button, and this is the first example natin. So you have your normally you have your hello. Isa-isa natin ng basic lang, na review lang, mabilis ang review lang. So you have your dot class, which is dot hello, okay? Lahat ng codes dito is placed inside your dot class declaration. Lahat ng codes lagi is nasa dot class declaration. You have your specifier, naka-public po tayo. It means na pwede siyang magamit ng any classes na within the project. Okay, pwede siyang i-call, pwede siya i-reuse lagi kasi naka-public yung specifier natin. Okay? And then, along the way, we'll be working with different kind of specifier, like you have the private specifier, especially if we will be talking about abstract polymorphism and encapsulation later on sa OOP na natin. Okay, you have the basic public class hello, the curly brace at saka the closing curly brace. So coding guidelines tayo dito. In your Java program should always end with the .java extensions. Okay, the file name should match the name of the public class. So kung anong class natin dito, which is class hello, yun din dapat yung ating file name sa dapat nagmamatch siya doon sa class natin. Okay, the public class is hello, so there you should save it a file with the file name called hello.java. Okay, when you write your comments in your code, explain what the certain class does or what the certain method do. Okay, pag nagko-comment tayo. So this is the example comments that we have, the C++ style comments. So the forward double slash. So yan yung madalas kong ginagamit, lalo na pag simple statement comments yung ginagamit ko. Then you have the C style comments, which is pang double statement na comments na ginagamit. So, and then you have the special Java code, Java doc comments, pang multiple, especially pag sobrang sentences na yung comment natin. I am really a kind of programmer na lagi ako nagko-comment dun sa aking program kasi I give respect dun sa next person who will be authoring the program para pag babasahin mo, madaling intindihin, ito pala yun. Ito palang variable is all about. So, nagko-comment talaga ako lagi. And I hope you would practice using comments in all Java activities natin. Statement. Each line is called a statement. Okay? Mga terminologies natin. So, it is always terminated with a semicolon. So, baka mamaya semicolon lang yung problema nyo, kaya hindi gumagana. A block is more of a statement bounded by the opening and the closing. Curly brace, so block to. Okay? So, kumbaga, yung main argument natin dito, which is you have your public static main na naka-string, yung argument mo is inside this block. Opening at saka closing lagi ng block. So, ako, kahit ngayon, nagkakaproblema pa rin ako dito sa mga block statement na to kasi sa sobrang dami mong blocks inside your blocks, minsan di ko na mahanap saan yung partner niya, okay, saan yung closing, or minsan kulang, okay, nakakalimutan. Pero along the way, ang technique is when you create a portion of a block of your statement. So ginagawa ko agad yung opening sa closing, okay? So para hindi makalimutan. So coding technique, another coding technique in creating blocks, you can place in opening curly brace in line with the statement. So ito yung lagi kong ginagawa. Or like for example, this one. So pwedeng in line lang. So naka-line lang siya. Or you can place it curly brace on the next line. So parang ganito sa baba, number 2 natin. So opening and then nag-input ako your statement, then your closing block. Okay? Or kaya pwede dito sa end ng semicolon yung closing block niyo. So depende kung saan kayo komportable. So identifiers tayo, mga identifiers natin would represent names and variables and methods and classes. Okay, mga identifiers natin, like for example, hello main argument or system out. So mga identifiers yan, okay, na available na kay Java always. So coding guidelines for identifiers, when you were creating names and methods and variables, always use first letter of the word, start with the small letter. Okay? Pag methods and variables yung gagawin natin, practice nyo na ang pag nag-write kayo ng codes, start with small letter. Okay? So for example, this is an example of a method name. Pag class naman, uppercase lagi yung first letter of the name of the statement natin or of the class name. So this and then this, so lowercase, uppercase para malinis, okay? So in case of multi-word identifiers naman, so indicate start with the word except the first word. So for example, car array, file name, so file number or class name. So i-practice natin ganitong style ng pagko-code even in Android. So next is you have mga keywords na di natin pwedeng gamitin as our variables. Okay, mga special keywords to na sa Java na may special meaning na hindi pwede gamitin as a declaration of our variables. So ang dami niyan, abstract, byte, double, else. So mga public, private, void, try, etc. So Java literals. So familiar naman tayo sa base 2, base 8, at saka hexa. So you have the decimal, then the hexadecimal, and then you have your octal. Okay? So for integer, so mga integer variable natin, laging base, decimal base yun, base 10. So in integer literals, our program, we have to follow some special notation. So pag int, kasing gamit natin 32-bit, and then pag long is 64-bit. The difference is yung consumption sa memory. Okay? Wala kasi tayong board para mas ma-explain sana natin yan kung anong difference niyan. Hindi lang yan trip-trip pa ng paggamit, but yung consumption ng memory natin dyan is nakadepende. Okay? Of course, pag mas malaki yung consumption ng memory.
Thank you, sir. Salamat, sir. Salamat, sir.
Yes.
Tama.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Ano po ako? Sa assignment po, pwedeng through Moodle or email po talaga sa inyo ba yan?
Yes, email niyo yung email niyo yung gawain.
Email po ba siya? Like, po ba Google Drive or Gmail actual na app po ba?
Sa Gmail, kasya naman sa Gmail kasi maliit lang naman yung file.
Yeah.
I-compress nyo na lang.
Halimbawa po, sir, pag magpapasa po ako, pwedeng ipasa rin po sa Moodle. Then,
Yeah.
pasa rin po sa Gmail. So,
Yeah, oo. Pero sa Gmail talaga ako nag-check ha. Kasi
sige po.
mas madali.
Okay po, thank you po.
Sige, you're welcome. Bye.
Yung, ano po ba yun? May hindi ko po ma-install yung NetBeans ko po sa laptop, sir. Ano po yung kulang po?
Sino to? Pogi naman.
JDE po siya, sir. Sabi
Ano?
daw,
Magbigay ako sa group chat ng link, okay? Na needs, na requirements para ma-install yung NetBeans.
hindi na po siya need ng halimbawa, pag clinic ko po yung ready to install na po ba siya, hindi na po siya need ng ng Oracle account po.
Kailangan, yun nga, ibibigay ko sa group chat yung link na pwede nyo i-download yung mga materials na needed para ma-install ng maayos.
Okay.
Okay.
Ito po, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. Franz Louis Cosico. Oh, hi. May kailangan ka. Sana nagpakita ka kanina para ganado ako.
Ayun, nakikinig lang po sa mga conference, sir. Para mas maintindihan ko. Nagtatanong kasi sila, sir.
Kunin at tanggapin.
Ang alay na ito. Alay na ba yan?
Nakikinig lang po. Hindi po. Ikaw po, sir. Thank you po, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Bye. Sir, pwede magtanong, sir?
Oh, go lang. Ano yan?
Wala na ata si sir.
Yes, andito pa ako.
Hindi, sir, kasi NetBeans po ba talaga kailangan, sir?
Oh, bakit?
Ayaw kasi
Ano ba?
gumana sa akin, sir, kasi kailangan para ng JTK.
Ayun nga, magbibigay nga ako sa group chat mamaya ng link kung para ma-install niyo yung NetBeans. Pero pwede naman kayo mag-Eclipse or any editing tool na gamitin para ma-run yung Java. Pwede nga mag-Linux pero papahirapan yung sarili nyo. So, ang pinakamadali is NetBeans. So, isi-share ko na lang mamaya sa page yung link para ma-download nyo, ng maayos.
Thank you po, sir. Naka-install na sa akin, sir. Ayaw lang mag-run, sir.
Oo, kailangan ng Oracle account yan.
Opo, sir. Thank you po, sir.
What else? Wala na? Okay, end ko na to. Goodbye, guys!